some noise in the Big 12 this year as well.
Well, starting laps are out. We'll run through them really quickly. For Iowa State, Jada Newsome starts at the center. Brooke Anderson, Eleanor Holthouse, Annie Hatch, Alexis Engelbrecht, Candelaria Herrera, and rounding things out, Maria Popovich at the libero position. For Penn State, Adana Rollins, Erica Pritchard, Johnny Parker, Gabby Blossom, Allie Holland, and Caitlin Horde. And rounding things out at libero, as she has been for a while now, Jenna Hampton. So Russ Rose rolling with that same lineup that he has as he did last week at UCF. We're about set to get underway. Penn State in their home whites with blue accents. Jenna Hampton in the all blue with white accented libero uniform. For Iowa State, they're in their road maroon uniforms with black shorts, gold accents. Maria Popovich in the white libero. And we're about set to get underway. The atmosphere is great. Blue band is back. We're ready for some Penn State volleyball, aren't we, Chris?
I'm so excited to be back in just a full arena again. A nice sporting event to kick off the 2021 academic year. It just feels so good to be back, and I'm excited to be alongside you tonight for it.
Gabby Blossom out to serve out of the right corner, going right to left, received by Popovich. Newsome sets it up, received by dug out by Blossom. Now it's a setup for Parker, off the hands of Anderson, and it goes out of bounds. That's a kill for Johnny Parker to start things off and puts her one step closer to 1,000 career kills.
That countdown is now down to 3. That was a perfectly executed offensive sequence by the Nittany Lions. You keep feeding your hot hand. When you do that in the sport of volleyball, you can't be stopped.
Blossom with the serve. Newsome sets it up there. Off the hands of Hampton there. That came off the arm of Engelbrecht and out of bounds there. Iowa State responds there.
And she got all of that one. That was a quick set from the setter. Newsome there just popped it right up, and the ball was just kind of hanging up there and just hit it straight down. Hampton in good position, just couldn't get enough to pop it up, and it just kind of went off of her arms out of play.
Popovich out of the left corner, received by Hampton. Blossom over to Parker, off the hands of Popovich, and another kill for Johnny Parker. That's her second of the night and puts her only 2 kills shy of 1,000 career kills. We're going to mention that until she hits it, which looks like at this pace, it'll be pretty soon.
I think it'll be pretty soon. I mean, she's already swinging with some, sounds a little extra harder coming off her hand tonight so far.
Newsome sets it up here. Holthouse, dug by Pritchard. Set for Horde, a little tap over. It's an overpass, and Horde on the doorstep there. Able to capitalize off the overpass from Iowa State. Makes it 3-1 Penn State in the first set.
You know, when you leave an overpass hanging over the net like that, especially when you leave it to a consensus All-American and All-Big Ten player like Caitlin Horde, she does not miss those very often.
Pritchard with the serve, received by Iowa State. Here it is for Herrera, right down the middle there. She's able to get the kill, makes it 3-2 Penn State here. Going back to serve now for Iowa State is Eleanor Holthouse.
Herrera, the Florida A&M transfer out of Argentina, has quite a bit of international experience on the Argentinian national team, so international experience is huge.
Here's Blossom, set at the left antenna for Rollins, dug out by Iowa State, and a free ball sent over by Popovich. Set up for Parker, taps it over, and it falls to the hardwood. What a play there by Johnny Parker. Able to just tap it right over the double block there of Iowa State. And now she's just 1 kill away, Chris.
Yep, and Popovich kind of got screened there on the double block. She wasn't really sure where that ball was going, but, you know, as a libero, you got to maybe cheat up a little bit more. You can't be vacating that area in what they like to call as no man's land.
Hampton out of the left corner there, an overpass once again by Iowa State, but a block there by Newsome on Holland. And Iowa State gets a point there, makes it 4-3.
That's a great play by Newsome, just meeting fire with fire. The ball going over like it's an overpass. Holland makes a really good approach, did not have to jump very high as she stands at 6'3", but the smaller setter, Newsome, able to make a play as we get a service error here.
Service error there by Annie Hatch. Sails it long, and now Johnny Parker back to serve it out of the right corner for Penn State. She's already got 3 kills on the night here. It puts her 1 away from 1,000. Here it comes out of the right corner. Goes to the left corner there, received, but an overpass. Rollins able to elevate, but able to be covered, and a setter dump there by Newsome. Great play by the setter, Newsome there. Got Penn State thinking, oh, she's going to set it. Decides to dump it, makes it 5-4.
When a setter can really disguise that kind of play, as we look on a replay, or when she can really disguise it and not give it away, it's pretty tough to stop because you don't know where the ball's going. She hit it so well and was able to get it over.
Rollins there with the hit over. And Iowa State here sets it up for Mance there. Received by Doug by Pritchard. Rollins here sets it over. Mance once again. Newsome here for Mance at the right antenna. Doug by Penn State. Doug once again, that time by Parker. Blossom over to Rollins at the left antenna. That's Doug by Iowa State. Mance once more. Hampton that time. We're going back and forth now. Here's Holland blocked at the net but covered by Penn State. Free ball sent over by Rollins. Newsome. Over to Holthouse. Dug by Pritchard. Blossom to Rollins. Off the hands and out of play. What a rally that was. Capped off by Nadana Rollins' kill. Makes it 6-4 Penn State.
Are you not entertained yet? Are you not entertained? Just as simple as that. What a rally for both sides. Great defense, great offense, great everything. Sports.
Rollins to serve now. Received by Holthouse. Overpass, and Holland able to capitalize. Makes it 7-4.
Life is easy in the front row when you stand at 6'3" and have a big wingspan like Holland does. Did not have to do a whole lot there. Just put your hands up and tap it right back over.
Another overpass. Holland again! Back to back for Allie Holland. That's about as easy as it comes. Iowa State having trouble receiving right now. That's a lot of overpasses right now.
I was just about to say, you beat me to it. They are struggling to return these serves right now. They just got to let it bounce off of them. You see they struggled there a little bit as well.
Penn State able to cover there. Pritchard with the kill attempt, excuse me. Popovich sets it up for Mance. And that's off the hands of Parker there and out of play. That's a kill there for Eleanor Holthouse of Iowa State. Makes it 8-5. Excuse me, that was Kenzie Mance. My apologies.
I think that pinballed off of the block of Blossom and then off Parker. Parker was in good position there, but, you know, it's so hard to get a read when that ball gets deflected. A service error here.
Jaden Newsome that time with the service error. Makes it 9-5. Penn State. Caitlin Horde comes back in. Jenna Hampton subbed out. Allie Holland will go back to serve out of the left corner. Penn State traveling right to left here. Iowa State left to right. Holland serves, and that time a service ace and it hits the ground just before Allie Petrie able to get her hands on it. Makes it 10-5 Penn State.
We got a timeout on the floor here. Coach Johnson Lynch doesn't like what she sees.
Timeout called.
Team USA win its first ever gold medal in women's volleyball at the Tokyo Olympics. Really cool stuff to have that right here tonight in Rec Hall. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Caitlin. Allie Holland serving out of the left corner. And she's too strong with that one as that sails over the back line for a service error. Allie Holland now checks out. Jenna Hampton comes back in. That makes it 10-6 Penn State over Iowa State here in the first set. If you're just joining us, I'm Matt Scalzo. Joining alongside me is Chris Hess. And it's the home opener for Penn State. Fans are back in Rec Hall, and it's great to have them. Anderson now to serve for Iowa State at the left corner. Sets it up for Pritchard there. That's dug by Popovich. Newsome over to Holthouse, and she's able to hit it down the left side. Makes it 10-7 Iowa State. That's 2 straight points for the Cyclones.
That ball was absolutely smoked. I mean, it was just hanging right over the net on a perfect set from Newsome and just bing, bang, boom on the other side.
Rollins with the receive. Over to Pritchard. That's blocked and off. Looked like it went off the hands of Pritchard after the block by Iowa State. And that'll be an Iowa State point there. Makes it 10-8. There seems to be some confusion with the scoring. Nope. It was just an error on the scoreboard here at Rec Hall. It said 11-8. It is 10-8. Pritchard a little unlucky with that one there as it deflected off her arm after her attack. Anderson here out of the right corner. Received by Rollins. Blossom here, she has to dump it over. Now it's set up for Hatch, and that one sails over the back. That's an error there by Hatch, makes it 11-8. Penn State leads. Going back to serve is the setter, Gabby Blossom. She's a senior out of St. Louis, Missouri. She's been very good for Penn State over the years. Sends it over, received by the Cyclones. Here's Hatch off the block by Horde and Parker, and it falls to the hardwood. That makes it 12-8 Penn State here in the first set.
I guess it helps standing at 6'4". Just a thought.
Yeah, it's a little helpful. It's a little helpful, I would think. Blossom will be back to serve once more. There, received by Popovich. Set up for Holthouse, blocked once more, but covered by Iowa State. Here's Hatch. Hampton over to Horde there, just slightly able to tap it over, and now here's Hatch once more. Blocked again by Horde, and Johnny Parker once again makes it 13-8. And Chris, you're just looking at me right now. It's like, yeah, I just did that.
That's textbook. That's just textbook defense. That's two veteran players knowing exactly where to stand and where to line up. You line up with the hitter's shoulders and take away those angles.
Blossom serves it over, and there's an error there. A little miscommunication by the Cyclones, and that's a service ace there to Blossom. Makes it 14-8. Penn State leads.
The serve receive has just been a bugaboo for Iowa State so far. They are struggling mightily with your offense. It's like in any other sport, like in football too. Your defense will set up your offense and you put them in good spots. And then on your offense, the run game sets up the pass game. The passing game here sets up the swinging game. It's science.
Science. Here's Blossom now to serve out of the right corner. Received by Popovich. A little bit of an overpass there, and it looks to be, I'm not sure what the ruling is. Chris, you probably know more than me on that one.
Looked like maybe an over-the-net violation or a carry. That it was kind of an awkward thing that I think what happened was Newsom, the ball was kind of going over, but Newsom reached over the net, so they called it an over-the-net violation.
Blossom to serve once again there, and there's more trouble on the receiving part. Brooke Anderson that time with the error. That's another ace for Gabby Blossom, and that makes it a 6-0 scoring run for Penn State here in the first set. They lead 16-8.
And Anderson was towards the back line too, and that ball was still rising. It kind of hit her in the chest, so when the ball is kind of fluttering towards your chest, you got to let that go because it's still rising.
Here's tapped over by Holthouse. Now it's set up for Parker. Down the middle, off the hands. And it will be a free ball sent over as the Cyclones are out of system. It is set up for Horde, off the block once more. Set up this time for Holthouse, and that's off the hands there of the diving Gabby Blossom. Excuse me, that was Hatch there with the kill at the far left antenna. Makes it 16 to 9 here in the first set. It'll be Popovich to serve out of the left corner. Sent over and received by Pritchard. Set over to Parker here, and that time it's blocked and out of bounds, and there it is for Johnny Parker. Career kill number 1,000 for the senior, and such a special moment for her there, isn't it, Chris?
Oh, it's fantastic. What a milestone for Johnny Parker to reach. She has been so good for this Penn State team over the past 3 seasons, going into her 4th year now. Just absolutely incredible stuff.
Coming in now, Cassie Kirshen to serve, freshman defensive specialist. Here's Herrera now down the middle there, off the hands of Blossom and into the stands. It goes into the wrecking crew right there.
Great swing by Herrera. Her specialty is sort of those quick sets that the setter pops it up, that Herrera already begins her approach, and the ball's just kind of waiting there with a gift wrap on it, just kind of waiting to be hit on the other side.
Holthouse sends it over. Set up here for Parker at the far antenna, and that time it looks like it deflected off the hands of the Iowa State blockers there at the net, and it'll be a point for Penn State.
It hit off the hands of the blockers in front and the libero Popovich, so a touch in front, a touch on the libero, and then out of play.
Jenna Hampton now to serve out of the left corner here on Penn State's side. And that time it's another service ace and another receiving error on the part of the Cyclones. That time Maria Popovich, the reigning Big 12 Defensive Player of the Week, has trouble with that one, makes it 19-10 Penn State.
They are having such a rough go with serve receive. They're just letting those higher serves float around. The bottom falls out. They're kind of second guessing themselves on whether it's going in or out.
Here it is, set for Herrera, that time off the block. Great play there between Newsom and Herrera. Kind of running away from her, goes across her body to get that one in play.
Well, that's just simple. That's simple volleyball offense right there. A good pass, a good set. Just take what the defense is giving you. You don't have to try and do too much. You know, if you got to bang it off the block, you bang it off the block. If you hit it straight down, you hit it straight down. Just, you know, you don't try to do anything too crazy or drastic. Just take what the defense is giving you.
Addie Heidemann in and back to serve for the Cyclones. Received by Rollins. Set over to Parker at the right antenna. Dug by Iowa State here, and now it's Mance here, able to just tap it over. Blossom to Holland. And Iowa State not able to corral it there as Newsom's not able to get underneath it, hits it into the net, and it falls to the hardwood, makes it 20-11. Penn State in this first set. They're rolling right now, aren't they, Chris?
They are not only are they rolling right now also, but Iowa State's not even doing anything out of the ordinary. They're just getting beat systematically right now. That Penn State's just really finding those soft spots. The Cyclones are making those adjustments on the fly, but Penn State's matching it.
Johnny Parker now to serve out of the right corner. Currently leads Penn State with 5 kills on the night. Sent over and received by the Cyclones. Set up to Mance here. And that time, a great play there by Kenzie Mance. And as you mentioned, just take it what the defense gives you. That time, Kenzie Mance able to get a kill there. Cut into the lead, makes it 20-12.
It's a bit of a defensive lapse on Penn State's end right there because the middle of the floor was just wide open. You just got to do a better job with those defensive coverages collapsing in.
Herrera with the serve. Parker this time sets it to Rollins and off the hands of Allie Petrie. And Chris, you're in shock right now. That was quite the powerful kill there by Rollins.
Okay, jump woman, just kind of hanging up in the air like Michael Jordan-esque, hanging up in the air and just hitting it straight down, that she can pick and choose where she wants to go with the ball.
Rollins, the transfer from Minnesota, now back to serve. Here's Engelbrecht, and that's off the block of Holland and Pritchard, and it falls out of bounds there off the hands of Iowa State, not able to cover it. Makes it 22-12.
Penn State is coming out guns a-blazing in this first set. They're trying to make sure that loss to Georgia Tech, they're trying to prove that it was a fluke and that they are still one of the top teams in the nation.
Here's Mance, dug by Rollins there, a little bit of an overpass and dumped over there by Engelbrecht. Makes it 22-13. That was a powerful attack there that Rollins had to corral, and she did a good job of getting her hands on it, but really tough to kind of keep that on Penn State's side at the velocity that was coming in.
When the ball is hit that hard, it's so hard to keep it on your own side. But, you know, Rollins in good position, taking away that cross-court shot as Penn State back to work now.
There's Pritchard that time at the near antenna. Erica Pritchard on the board there, makes it 23-13. That's her first kill of the night. Going into that, she was hitting negative .333. That's really going to get her confidence back up as Maddie Villanova coming in, taking out Allie Hollins.
Simple tic-tac-toe play. Good pass, good set, good hit. That's the way you get somebody's confidence going who's been struggling as of late. Pritchard was a stud at Maryland the past 4 years and now found a new home in Happy Valley, and she's starting to get her confidence back up again.
There's the Cyclones. Here it is for Holthouse at that far antenna. And go point there for Iowa State. I'm not sure what they're going to call a carry on that time by, it looked to be Kudryashova there. Kind of carried that one up as Penn State was kind of out of system there, just trying to get the ball under control there.
Yeah, that's such a tough play to have to deal with because usually when you go down on a play like that, you try to make a fist and try to pop that ball up. I guess she had the open hand and just kind of pushed it up, and yeah, that's obviously can't do that because they'll call that a carry 10 times out of 10.
Here's Brooke Anderson, and the Wrecking Crew starting to get a little loud here as she sends it over, received by Rollins. Parker with the set, over to Kudryashova at the right antenna, off the block, and out of play. Anastasia Kudryashova getting in, and now we're on set point, and now we're probably going to see the real feeling of this crowd having it back as Nittany Lions are on set point here.
Let's just stop for 1 second and listen. And there you go.
Blossom sends it over, received by Popovich. Here it is, Holthouse blocked, and it falls to the hardwood there. That was a powerful, thunderous strike there by Holthouse. It just went into the hands of Horde and kind of disappeared to the ground really there.
That was meeting fire with fire. Holthouse a good swing on the double block against Parker and Horde. That's obviously tough to try and get through, but she was able to do it.
Popovich out of the left corner, float serve over, received by Pritchard. Here it is set up for Parker, and that time it's blocked once again. Herrera and Holthouse there combining on the block there. Makes it 24-16 here. Cyclones trying to fight back here as they've been trailing by a lot of points here in this first set.
This is a bend but don't break team. They're not going to go quietly into this night. They've been bruised and battered in this first set, but you know, this team's got a lot of heart and they're not backing down.
Float serve once again by Popovich, and an overpass that time by Pritchard. Really had trouble receiving that one. It wasn't exactly the toughest serve to receive, but came off the hands weird and sailed over the net and out of play.
It's the knuckleball serves. I'm telling you, those things might be harder to return than the hard topspin serves that come right at you with extra velocity. When the ball's knuckling around like that, you don't know where it's going.
And the crowd rising to their feet once more. Off the tape that time. Blossom sets it up. Pritchard, and blocked again at the net. Herrera combining with Hatch this time. Makes it 24-18.
Are you not entertained now? This has been a wild first set. Penn State dominating early on, and Iowa State really starting to chip away now with really strong defense.
Coach Russ Rose opting to take a timeout, and we'll head to a quick break here. Penn State on set point. They lead 24-18 here on Big Ten Plus. And we're back here at Rec Hall. Penn State on set point here. They lead 24-18 over the Iowa State Cyclones in the final match of day one of the Penn State Classic. I'm Matt Scouser. Joining alongside me for color is Chris Hess here. And then if you're just joining us, fans are back in Rec Hall. You can certainly hear them.
Fans are back. Band is back. The town is back. We're having a good time out here.
Electricity is in the air here as Popovich here. It's a serve out of the left corner for the Cyclones, heading left to right. Float serve. Received by Hampton. Quick set to Horde, off the hands, and that'll do it for set number one. Caitlin Horde caps off set one with a kill there, and Penn State wins it 25-18.
Really good set from the Nittany Lions there. They did everything that you could have possibly asked for. They did them in the right way. Good offense, good defense, great serving. There's one thing Iowa State really extra dimension to the matches that we didn't get last year. Now it's back.
Serving for the Cyclones, Brooke Anderson out of the left corner here, and now Blossom sets it up for Pritchard. That one out of play there, off the hand of Pritchard there, and I'll make it 1-0 here in the second set. Iowa State. Anderson will be back to serve once more into the left corner. And Rollins she looked like she was about to go for it, able to hold off, and it sails out of play. A service error there by the Cyclones makes it 1-1.
Yep, and that's one of those serves that was sort of floating around a little bit, still started to rise. You just pull your arms back and let that go out of play.
Blossom to serve out of the right corner, goes cross court, received by the Cyclones here. Engelbrecht sends it over here. Horde with a quick attack there, down the middle. I mean, how are you going to defend that one? It was an absolute bullet by Caitlin Horde down the middle.
Well, that was just, Popovich is in good position. She sees it the whole way. It's just a matter of getting your arms out. That's all it is. She got her arms out, but that thing just took off.
Blossom serving once again, able to get it over. And here, a little bit of trouble here for the Cyclones since a free ball is sent over. Blossom over to the near antenna with Pritchard off the block and out of play. Erica Pritchard there makes it 3-1 Penn State. That's her second kill of the night.
It's as easy as that. Simple. You don't got to do anything crazy on offense. Like I said before, take what the defense is giving you, and you make it work for you.
Blossom with the serve once more. That one a little dip on it. Cyclones able to control it. Holthouse here blocks. Covered by Penn State, though. Here's Horde once again down the middle, and not able to extend far enough there was Brooke Anderson, and it falls to the hard one once again, makes it 4-1 Penn State here in the second set.
Horde it seemed like she may have mistimed her jump a little bit and was hitting it on her way down, but was able to get enough of it and flip it into that corner where it was completely vacated.
The advantages of being 6'4", might I add.
Exactly that.
Here's Holthouse, near antenna. Dug by Rollins, but not able to get anyone else on the end of it there. Blossom not able to dive out of bounds in time, makes it 4-2 Penn State here. Popovich will go back to serve for the Cyclones out of the left corner. She's got a little bit of an interesting approach. She kind of curves her run as she approaches that back line. Sent over, Hampton with the receive. Blossom to Horde again, that time dug by Newsom. Here it is, set up for Hatch, and that time it sails long. They're looking to see, they'll say it was tipped off the block there. Looked to be off Pritchard and maybe Blossom there. Makes it 4-3. And Iowa State back to serve once again.
Yeah, there was definitely a touch on that one. The tone of the ball, you could hear it changed a little bit when it hit the net front, but that's just a great approach by the Cyclones to just, once again, take what the defense is giving you. You don't got to hit it straight down every time, bang it off the block, and see what happens, and we have another service error.
That time, Popovich not able to really control that one. It seemed to kind of slide off her hand, have a little bit of curve as it curved into that out-of-bounds side on the right side of the Penn State zone. Here's Pritchard. 2 serves. A little bit of an overpass there, but Cyclone's able to corral it. Blossom here to Pritchard out of the back row. Erica Pritchard, how do you do out of the back row? Makes it 6-3, Penn State in the second set.
That was very Moses and the Red Sea-esque, that you don't see much at first, but then the hole opens up, and you see Pritchard come flying out of the back row.
Off the tape that time by Pritchard. Here's Hatch. That time dug by Pritchard. Quick set over to Horde, down the middle once again. Caitlin Horde, she's come alive in this second set, makes it 7-3 Penn State.
We're gonna go back to being 6-4. I think that's what you like to call maybe DNA jackpot.
Yeah.
Just as a thought.
Pritchard back to serve once more, right corner. Sent over, received by the Cyclones. Newsome here, bumps it up to Hatch, blocked at the net by who else other than Caitlin Horn and Johnny Parker. It's a 4-0 scoring run for the Nittany Lions, makes it 8-3. And that'll be a timeout for the Cyclones there, as the second set starting to get a little bit away from them. And head coach Christy Johnson-Lynch wants to talk things over. We'll head to a break here early in this second set. Penn State leading 8-3 over the Cyclones. This is Penn State Women's Volleyball on Big Ten Plus. Second set here at Rec Hall. Penn State leading 8-3. They already have a 1-set lead. They won that first set 25-18. I'm Matt Scalzo, joined alongside me, Chris Hess. And also on the sideline reporting, Caitlin Gelhaus. Erica Pritchard to serve. Excuse me. Here, Holthouse with the attack at that near antenna. And that makes it 8-4. My apologies there. I kind of got a little jumbled up there.
Yeah, words are hard. It's all right. You're doing a good job so far. Don't get too tripped up over it.
Cyclones here serving. Holthouse there, received by Pritchard. Blossom up to the near antenna by Rollins, but it's blocked that time by Candelaria Herrera and Jaden Newsome combining that time. Makes it 8-5 Penn State. Oh, my apologies. Looks like it went out of play.
It was barely out of play on the Penn State side, so it went off the double block of Iowa State and out of play. So it was, and when I mean out, it was out by like that much. Very close.
My apologies there. 9-4 Penn State leads. Here's Hatch that time, and miraculously, it goes over after the block. Here's Rollins, and that time, there's no debate on that one. Newsome and Herrera combining for the block makes it 9-5.
And that's a good job by Iowa State, once again, taking what the defense is giving them, that Penn State's aggressive nature at the net front creates those opportunities where you're just going to have to bash it off the block, and the Penn State block coverage was good too, converging in, but that ball somehow found some real estate in between the rest of the defenders, which was pretty impressive.
Heidemann with the serve there, and here's a quick attack for Allie Holland down the middle. A thunderous strike that time from Allie Holland. Makes it 10-5, Penn State. Chris, you were blown away by that attack that time by Holland.
That was a slide attack that she drew the defense to the middle, opened her shoulder up, and went back to the other side. Like, you can't teach that.
Here's Parker that time with the serve. Received by the Cyclones. A center dump by Jaden Newsome. What a play by the center there. The whole entire Penn State defense thought she was going to set that up as they all kind of just converged in their own patterns, and she found that soft spot right in the middle.
It is a huge weapon when you have a setter that can disguise that play so well that, you know, she doesn't give it away until the very last second, and then when the ball's on the other side, that's when the defense reacts, and at that point, it's obviously too late if we get a kill here.
There's a kill. Adana Rollins that time makes it 11-6 there. Attacking at that left antenna and off the hands of the Cyclone defenders.
And a good catch by the fan in the front row also. Came right to him, caught it nice and square, kind of like a first baseman, had full control all the way through.
Here's the Cyclones setting their offense up. Kenzie Mance there. That went off that far pin. And that's that'll be an error there to Mance. Makes it 12-6 Penn State. Adana Rollins back to serve here for the Nittany line. She sends it over. And Newsome going for that center dump once again. She's able to cover it And here, a little bit of an overpass, but again, the Cyclones able to cover off the block. Here it is, Engelbrecht, dug by Hampton. Blossom with the center dump this time, and it goes out of play off the hands of Allie Petrie, and it makes it 13-6 Penn State.
That wasn't one of those designs
between Penn State and Iowa State.
Thanks, Matt. Yeah, just want to talk a little bit about the history between Iowa State and Penn State. Penn State is 2-0 all-time against Iowa State in a series that began in 1995. The Lions swept both matches, the first in New Mexico and the second one on the Cyclones' own home court in Iowa. Back to you guys with some volleyball action.
Thank you, Caitlin, as Rollins serves it over here. Here's Mance at that far antenna. A diving save by Jenna Hampton. Here it is, Parker now, off the block and out of play. Unbelievable effort there by Jenna Hampton, going all out to get that one. And now Penn State has a 14-6 lead.
Hampton tracking that ball like a center fielder, did what's called a drop step, where you open up the shoulder and start running sideways, pop that ball up and created an opportunity.
Here's Mance once again, and that time, that sails over. No deflection that time. Looks like she kind of mishit that one as it sailed far over the back line. Makes it 15-6. Penn State, they're now on a 5-0 scoring run. And Rollins will continue to serve out of that right corner. And that time it kind of hits into the tape and looks like it wanted to fall to Iowa State side, but it doesn't. Falls back to Penn State side. That's a service error by Rollins. Makes it 7-15.
Just need a little bit more juice on that one. That's a good job to try and change it up a little bit, get the ball low to the tape, but just didn't have enough height on it.
Newsom here, received by Hampton. Center dump by Blossom. Easy does it there for Gabby Blossom. Makes it 16-7. Penn State as Caitlin Horde comes back in. Jenna Hampton will sub out. And also checking in here for Penn State, Keaton Broughton will come in, the senior defensive specialist. She'll take out Allie Holland, and Broughton right to the left corner, back to serve for the Nittany Lions. Broughton sends it over, received by Petrie. Newsom up to Holthouse there. Parker with the dig to Pritchard, and off the hands of Newsom, a thunderous strike there by Erica Pritchard. An absolute frozen rope off her hand. And I mean, there's not much Newsom can do in that situation. She's in the right spot.
She's in the right spot. Newsom has been in the right spot all night, and they're just hitting it right to her. Penn State hitting .426 tonight, so they're swinging at an impressive clip so far.
Broughton here, able to dig it. Blossom sets it. Parker, a great dig there by the Cyclones. Newsom able to save it, and a free ball sent over. Blossom up to Horde, and Cyclones able to recover once again. Holthouse there and into the block of Caitlin Horde, and Gabby Blossom makes it 18-7. I mean, flex your muscles, Caitlin Horde.
Caitlin Horde's been on a different level tonight so far, and it's been a lot of fun to watch. And all consensus All-American, consensus All Big Ten. She's been doing this for 4 years, and it's impressive.
Broughton with the serve, and here's Mance now. And that time, she's able to get it to go. Great placement there by Kenzie Mance. Able to keep it just out of reach of the diving Adana Rollins.
That was a great hit right there. The cross-court shot was wide open, and Mance saw it the whole way. She had her eyes locked on that corner. She picked her spot. It was kind of like a coffin corner for a punt. You pick that spot, hit it to perfection.
Brooke Anderson now to serve for the Cyclones. Senior outside hitter sends it over and received by Hampton. Here's Pritchard, left antenna, dug by Popovich. Quick hit over there by Engelbrecht, and into the wide open back line there of Penn State. Able to cut that lead, cut it in half, makes it 18-9, Penn State leads.
Yep, Iowa State caught the Penn State defense cheating up to that other side and just left that other part of the court wide open.
Here's Parker, little dump over. And a little confusion there by the Cyclones here as they'll try to send a free ball over, but Hatch not able to get enough of it. She was in an awkward position, kind of out of bounds at that right antenna for the Cyclones.
Yeah, that sequence was doomed from the start. Just miscommunication from the start, an errant first pass, the setter falling over and bumping into one of her players. It was just a rough sequence there.
Here's a quick set to Engelbrecht, but blocked by Penn State. Here's Holthouse, once again, deflected by Penn State. The Cyclones try again. That time they have to dump it over. Here's Blossom now with the set. Over to Pritchard. Oh, what a kill. Erica Pritchard. A lightning strike here in Rec Hall. A bullet. Cross court makes it 20-9.
Pritchard going strong cross court on that one, and that was a sharp angle too. Popovich again, great position, but the ball just died right in front of her.
Blossom sends it over. Popovich able to corral it. Here's Annie Hatch there, and it looks like it deflected off the hands of, looked to be Parker and Blossom there going for the block. Makes it 20-10. Maria Popovich back to serve for the Cyclones. She'll be serving out of the left corner. Sent over, received by Hampton in the back line. Set up for Parker down the middle. Oh my goodness. Penn State coming in with lightning strike after lightning strike here on their attacks. 20.
Is this thing on? Oh my. Wow. And AC Fitzpatrick coming in. She got appearances in the first 2 matches, hasn't played a whole lot since, but she was a great player for this Nittany Lions team in the spring season. Let's see if she can really make an impact here tonight.
Cassie Kirshen also in. She with the serve there and miscommunication by the Cyclones once again. That receiving problems happening once again. That time Cassie Kirshen picking up the service ace.
The freshman defensive specialist from Volunteer Country down in Knoxville making a good impression on the home crowd so far.
Kirshen once again. This time, Cyclones able to corral it. Hatch at that left antenna. And Blossom kind of with an overpass there. Herrera with the quick attack. Great dig by Hampton. Here it is for Annie K. Fitzpatrick. Off the hand. AC Fitzpatrick. How do you do coming straight in and getting a kill on her first attack?
That's how you make an impact. I feel like I don't have to break down that play. You just kind of watch it. If there's a replay coming up, you just watch that play develop. Fitzpatrick wanted the ball. She wanted it in her possession. She's like, I want to get my name on the stat sheet. I want to make an impact, and she did it.
Here's Hatch. Dump over. Received by, or dug by Blossom. Here's Annie K. Fitzpatrick once again. That time, Cyclones able to corral it. Here's Holthouse, and that's off the block there of Ford and AC Fitzpatrick. Makes it 23-11 now here in the second set.
It looked like that ball just kind of stopped. It like it slowed down significantly, and then it was just kind of hanging, and then fell down. Like that was really, really strange, but a good play by the Cyclones for sure to, just bang it off the block.
Holthouse, the senior, sends it over. Received by Parker. Here it is, Fitzpatrick here at that left antenna. Great dig by Popovich, able to lay out for it. Hatch sends it over, a diving dig by Kirshen. Here's Parker now. And off the block of Herrera and Hatch makes it 24-11. What a sequence there was by both teams there.
Both teams did a great job. Great defense, great offense, great everything. Just like, that's what you like to see in the sport of volleyball. A great rally between two great teams going back and forth. You just love it. Absolutely love it.
And here's the fans here. Penn State on set point in the second set. Hampton sends it over and catches the line. A service ace to end the second set by Jenna Hampton, and the Nittany Lions absolutely dismantle the Cyclones.
As the Nittany Lions will be taking on the Beavers of Oregon State, and Penn State will be back in action again 8 o'clock tomorrow night against the Tigers of LSU.
I will be on both of those calls, as Chris mentioned. A little different color commentator. Tomorrow we'll have Emma Holtz with us for both of those calls.
And she is one of the best in the business for sure.
And now Gabby Blossom will serve out of that right corner here, and we're underway here in the third set. Here's Herrera, and that time not able to get it over the net. Slams it straight to the net there, down the middle. Makes it 1-0 Penn State here. They take the lead in the third set. Gabby Blossom will serve once more out of that right corner, as she has done this entire night. Penn State heading right to left, Iowa State going left to right. Received by Popovich. Here's a quick set to Herrera, and that time she's able to get it over the net and down the middle there. The Argentina native, my apologies there, makes it 1-1. And that will be Eleanor Holthouse, one of the team leaders here on the Cyclones. Floats it over, received by Hampton. Blossom to Pritchard here. That's dug by Holthouse. A running kill there by Candelaria Herrera. Goes cross court across her body just out of the reach of Gabby Blossom.
That's a nice swing attempt there where the ball is like she's going towards the ball and then opening up her shoulder and kind of pointing towards the direction. That's the slide attempt is one of the hardest things to pull off in volleyball, and Herrera is pretty darn good at it.
That time Johnny Parker trying to go down that left side and not able to get it in play. Makes it 3-1 Iowa State here in the early doors in the third set here. It'll be Holthouse once again to serve. Sent over, nice receive there by Hampton. Parker, and once again, not able to get it into quarter play that time, a little strong, and it sails over the back line, makes it 4-1.
Yeah, a little too much juice on that one from Parker, but did not miss by much. She just got to follow through a little bit more. Looked like she got behind it a little bit.
Cyclones on a 4-0 scoring run right now here. Pritchard on the receive. Here's Horde off the block, and there, the Nittany Lions are able to stop the Cyclone run. Caitlin Horde with another kill. That puts her on 6 for the night, makes it 4-2 in the third set, excuse me. It'll be Pritchard to serve, floats it, and had some knuckle on it there, not able to get it to die down to the back line in time. It sails over 5-2. It's another service error for the Nittany Lions. That'll be their third of the night. It'll be Addie Heidemann back to serve for the Cyclones. Floats it over, and perfect placement there, and kind of a combination of miscommunication there between the Nittany Lions there. There were about 4 in that area, and Pritchard was really the only one to react to it. She had to dive to try and get that one. Makes it 6-2 Iowa State here as Maddie Milanovic checks in for Erica Pritchard.
Yeah, that's a bit of a fishy play because they didn't really know where the ball was going. By the time Pritchard reacted, her feet were stapled to the ground. You just got to keep your feet moving at all times.
Milanovic with the receive here. Here's Rollins near antenna, dug by Holthouse. Here it is, set up for Mance. And that time off the block of Parker and Horde, sails out of play. And Iowa State have come out guns a-blazing here in this third set. They lead 7-2.
Oh, they're coming out firing. They're coming out swinging hard. They're like a bunch of wild dogs backed into a corner. They're coming out snarling. They're not going to back down.
Heidemann here with the serve, and that time, Maddie Milanovic able to lay off it here as it was coming right at her. She moved that shoulder as she saw it was going to sail out of bounds, as it did. Makes it 7-3 Iowa State with the lead here as Jenna Hampton back to serve out of that near left corner here.
And Hampton's had success in the short serving game. There's a bit of a vacated area down in front of the Cyclones' Petrie, so let's see where she went right there to it.
Here's Mance, and that time a hitting error there by Kenzie Mance at that left antenna of the Cyclone side. Makes it 7-4. The Cyclones still lead. Hampton now back to serve. That's 2 straight points for the Nittany Lions. Hampton sends it over. Received by the Cyclones. Here's Herrera, a running shot there, and Cyclones out of system. They send a free ball over. Here's Blossom. Quick set to Holland. It's blocked at the net that time by Herrera. Able to time it perfectly. Makes it 8-4. The Cyclones lead here in the third set.
Have I mentioned throughout the night that Herrera's net front presence is really, really strong? That she's been around the ball the entire night and just seems to always get a finger on the ball in some capacity.
Here's Hampton with the receive. Parker, she has to do a running jump there. Herrera able to save it there, and some back and forth play. There was a pancake dig there involved somewhere by Petrie, but Holland able to end that confusion there with a nice dump over. Makes it 8-5 Cyclones.
And you could sense the frustration on both sides during that sequence. That was pretty sloppy from both sides. Penn State still getting the point, but you could see that both sides were not really thrilled with how that went.
Here's Newsom, sets it up for Engelbrecht. Diving save there by Blossom on the dig. Here's Rollins, dug by Holthouse. Here's Newsom, sets it up for Mance, far antenna. Hampton able to dig that one. Here's Parker now, off the block and out of play off a diving hand of Maria Popovic. And it makes it 8-6. The Cyclones lead now. It'll be Johnny Parker to serve out of that right corner. she sends it over. A little bit of a line drive there. Holthouse able to receive it. Here's Mance once again. A thunderous strike there by Kenzie Mance as it ricochets off the hands of Jenna Hampton and into the crowd in front of us there.
Oh my, that thing had eyes. That thing had eyes. That was just shot out of a cannon. Oh my.
It'll be Jaden Newsom to serve. Cyclones have the 9-6 lead here in this third set. Sent over, received by Vilanovic. Here it is, set for Parker coming from the back line. Little confusion there. And now here's Blossom, sets it for Rollins, and it's blocked at the net by Holthouse and Engelbrecht. And the Cyclones here taking advantage. They lead 10-6 over Penn State here. They're not going down without a fight.
I think this is pretty fun, what we're watching right now in broadcasting. This is a lot of fun.
I'm having a lot of fun, to say the least here. Pep Band also really getting into it here as Rollins here with an attack there, and a diving save by Popovich there, and a free ball sent over. Blossom, center dump over the hands of Popovich, makes it 10-7. A great play there by Gabby Blossom. As Adana Rollins there had her initial swing really get the Cyclones out of system there, they had to send the free ball over, and Blossom able to take advantage of it.
You know, when you send when the Cyclones have to send a free ball over like that and you're scrambling, the offense on the opposing side goes to work so fast, and a great play by both sides here to keep that ball alive as Iowa State gets the point, but continue on.
Great play there by the Cyclones there. It looked to be, I'm not sure who it was that got the kill there. It might have been Jaden Newsom. There makes it 11-7. And Nittany Lions weren't actually able to really corral that one. It'll go as an error against Penn State. And here's Anderson to serve. Received by Rollins. Hampton sets it up to the left antenna. Pritchard, nice dig by Popovich. Newsom, quick set to Engelbrecht. Dug by Penn State. Pritchard off the block and out of play there. Erica Pritchard makes it 11-8 here in the third set.
That's how you claw back into it. Once again, take what the defense is giving you. You don't got to be extra flashy with, you got to hit the ball 100 miles an hour on the other side. You take something off it, find the soft spots between the blocks, between the defenders. If you got to bash it as hard as you can off the block, so be it. Just take whatever you can get and just get those points. Keaton, and that goes for both sides.
Keaton brought in for Allie Holland there as she sends the serve over, received by the Cyclones. Here's Holthouse with a quick attack off the hands of Johnny Parker. That was a lightning bolt right there by Eleanor Holthouse. Johnny Parker in the right position, but then again, as you've mentioned throughout the night, Chris, it's really hard to kind of be in that right position and corral a kill like that.
And if a ball is just coming at you that fast, but you see it the whole way, how's it going to hit off your arms? You just got to be really soft with the arms and you can't let it control you.
There, nice receive by Rollins once again, and blocked at the net there by who else other than Eleanor Holthouse and Candelaria Herrera there. Erica Pritchard with the attack on that one. And
the net front presence is strong with those two. It's kind of like a Yoda saying the presence is strong. And Holthouse and Herrera have been so good at the top of the net all night that they always have a nose for the ball. They're right near the ball. They're getting their hands on it. They're making life difficult.
That's the fifth block for Herrera and the fourth for Holthouse on the night. Here's Popovich to serve out of the left corner. Sent over, received by Hampton. Here it is for AC Fitzpatrick back in the game. Off the block of Herrera and Holthouse and out of play. Annie Kate Fitzpatrick checks into the game. Back on the board there. That's her second kill of the night. And Gabby Blossom back to serve out of the right corner. She's had a lot of success throughout the night with her serves. Received by Popovich. Here's Herrera, blocked by Horde. Iowa State trying to keep it up, not able to do so. There were a couple pancake digs in there, but I looked to be Popovich. Maybe Newsom got in there, but great job. Kaylin Horde, another player who's had an excellent net front presence throughout the night. Blossom with the serve. Sent over, received by Anderson. Here's Holthouse. Off the block there of AC Fitzpatrick and Kaylin Horde and out of play. That's Eleanor Holthouse's seventh kill of the night, makes it 14-10 Iowa State here in the third set.
And Iowa State taking the smarter shots there. They're not going for the jugular, that, they're taking something off of it now and finding to start to pick the spots.
Hampton there with the receive. And here's Parker now at that left antenna. Dug by Popovich. Here's Herrera. Dig by Hampton. And Rollins now sets it up for Parker. And that time into the net. Herrera and Newsom there with the net front presence combining there. Makes it 15-10. Iowa State leading. And head coach Russ Rose opting to take a timeout here. As Iowa State has done an excellent job throughout this third set. We'll head to a quick break here as Iowa State leads 15-10 here in the third set here on Big Ten Plus. (15-10), the Iowa State Cyclones leading the 17th ranked Penn State Nittany Lions in the third set. And Penn State currently with a 2-set lead here with the Cyclones. Currently fighting back here. They hold that 15-10 lead. Like I mentioned, I'm Matt Scouser joined alongside me. Chris Hess here, Eleanor Holthouse back to serve out of the left corner for the Cyclones. They're heading left to right. Here's a quick attack by Kalen Horde off the arm of Popovich and back over the net. Here's Hampton. Sets it up for Parker off the block of Newsom and Herrera and out of play. Johnny Parker there, that's her 10th kill of the night. First player across both teams to reach double digits in kills, makes it 15-11, the Cyclones lead now.
H.C. Fitzpatrick's been a nice spark off the bench tonight for Penn State, making her presence felt, 2 kills, and just, you know, having a nose for the ball.
She had a big part of this team last year, and now she's back to serve. And just a little strong on that one. That was a bullet served by Fitzpatrick that was dipping down, but not able to catch the back line. Makes it 16-11. Iowa State leads. Addie Heidemann checking in for the Cyclones here. She'll be back to serve out of the right corner for the Cyclones. Heidemann sends it over with a float serve there. Diving, received by Kirshen. Rollins with the attack. Newsom tries to set her dumped. Horde there, able to meet her. And that time, Caitlin Horde just taking advantage of Newsom trying to be crafty with that setter dump. She knew it was coming. Able to block it, tip it up to herself, kill it for the Nittany Lions, makes it 16-12.
You just need to keep tabs on Caitlin Horde every time she's on the floor. You need to know where she's at the entire time because she will make her presence felt whenever, wherever.
Nittany Lions getting their offense sent up. A pass by Hampton to Parker there. Dug by the Cyclones, but back over the net. Here's Rollins, and Adana Rollins with a bullet attack there makes it 16-13 here. Adana Rollins hasn't popped up much in the score sheet here, but she's had a lot of quality attacks. As you mentioned, Chris, that's her 5th kill of the night.
Quality over quantity has been Rollins' MO since she's, even at Minnesota, it was quality over quantity.
Here's Hampton serving out of the left corner. She's given the Cyclones trouble on the receives, but they're able to take advantage. Nice dig there by Hampton after Mance hit it over. Rollins dumps it over. Here's Mance, left antenna. Nice dig there. Or excuse me, not really a nice dig there by Blossom. As it ricochets off her hands and kind of spiraled toward head coach Russ Rose there. And they'll go out of play, makes it 17-13. Iowa State back to serve for the Cyclones. Number 17, Candelaria Herrera out of San Juan, Argentina. She's been a big part of the Cyclones tonight. She sends it over out of that left corner. Blossom sets it up for Parker there, off the hands of Petrie, trying to race back on the Cyclones. They're not going to get there. Johnny Parker, her 11th kill of the night, makes it 17-14 in the third set.
Johnny Parker is doing volleyball things again, Matt.
She does like that spiky thing.
The bumpy spiky thing, yeah.
Yeah, she's really good at that. Here's Parker to serve out of the right corner. Received by Holthouse. Here's Herrera, and that time, that was Engelbrecht with the attack there. A little strong, she tried to go cross court. Not able to get it to catch the line, makes it 17-15 now, the Cyclones only lead. Parker back to serve once more. Sent over, received by the Cyclones. Here's Mance, left antenna. Diving dig there, but an overpass by Hampton, and it goes out of play off Mance. She tried to dump it down. It looked like it might have gone off the hands of maybe Blossom there, but the line judges say no, and it makes it 17-16, but it looks like head coach Christy Johnson-Lynch might want to challenge that one.
And it looks like they're contesting that there was a touch, and we will have a challenge to see if there's a touch.
Time to test our replay abilities here, Chris. See what we got.
Let's see if we can get a feed here on the camera.
Penn State makes it 17-16. And now we're in a dogfight here in the third set. Johnny Parker will continue to serve for the Nittany Lions as they've crawled back. They're on a 3-0 scoring run right now. Well, we'll have to wait for Johnny Parker to serve there as Iowa State opts to take a timeout here as the Nittany Lions have fought back, makes it 17-16 on a 3-0 scoring run. We'll head to a quick break here. Iowa State leading the third set 17-16 on Big Ten Plus. Third set here at Rec Hall as the Penn State faithful getting that nice "We Are" chant going, and it's 17-16, Iowa State leading in the third set. But overall, in the match, the 17th ranked Nittany Lions lead 2-0 here, and right now they're on a 3-0 scoring run with Johnny Parker back to serve. If you're just joining us, I'm Matt Scalzo. Joining alongside me is Chris Hess here tonight. A lot of words there.
A lot of words there indeed.
Parker back to serve at that right corner. It looks like the Penn State men's volleyball team trying to get this crowd going and into it. Parker sends it over, received by Petrie. Here's Mance, left antenna. An absolute bullet by Kenzie Mance. Makes it 18-6 there. That's Mance's 7th kill of the night. That ties her with Eleanor Holthouse for the most on the team.
The ball just sounds different coming off Mance's hand. I don't think it's just me. It just sounds different.
Here's Newsom to serve out of the right corner for the Cyclones, heading left to right. Here's an attack by Rollins there at that left antenna. And there's a Donna Rollins once again cutting into that lead, makes it a 1-point game. Able to deflect it off the block, and now Rollins back to serve. Penn State trailing 17-18 to the Cyclones.
Defensively, there's nothing Iowa State could have done there. It went off the double block and just spun around and died right down in the middle of the court.
Newsom setting up for Holthouse, far antenna, and not able to corral it there was Rollins as she dives to the ground to save it, and it deflects off her own teammate Allie Holland in the middle. It makes it 19-17, the Cyclones lead. As coming back in is Brooke Anderson and Annie Hatch as Allie Petrie and Kenzie Mance check out for the Cyclones. Anderson to serve, sent over, received by Hollins. Blossom to Holland there, and kind of just caught it off the hand a little weird there. Looks like she caught off the side of her hand and it kind of spiraled toward the benches. That makes it 20-17 here. Iowa State still to serve. Anderson sending it over. Another receive by Rollins. Holland that time able to get it over, and Cyclones able to recover. Here's Hatch. Blocked at the net. Gabby Blossom and Allie Hollins combining that time. And they were pumped after that one. You could see the emotion on Gabby Blossom and Allie Hollins' faces there.
That's how you keep your team in a match. You know, things starting to maybe go south a little bit seemingly, but a big block keeps Penn State in this set.
Holland to serve, sent over and received by Popovich. Here it is, blocked again. Caitlin Horn rises to the net and blocks it there. And now 2 straight blocks for the Nittany Lions, have them only trailing by 1 once again. That's Hord's 7th block of the night.
What's the 3 words that I keep saying? Net front presence? Yeah, Caitlin Hord has that.
And that time, looks like Annie Hatch able to get it over that net front presence of Parker and Hord. Makes it 21-19 there.
That was one smooth shot. Took something off of it, found that small soft spot on the back line, and was able to nick it perfectly.
It'll be Popovich to serve as Penn State faithful trying to get in their head. Didn't seem to work as Rollins receives it. Here's Pritchard. Deflected at the net. And here she goes again. Pritchard again down the near side, and it catches the line. Erica Pritchard. Perfect placement down the left side. Makes it 20-21 now. Penn State trails.
Buckle up. Here we go. We're in for a good finish now.
Blossom to serve once more out of the right corner. Sent over, received. Here's Holthouse. Excellent dig by Blossom. It comes back over. Here's Herrera into the net. She's not able to get enough of it. And this set is tied.
In the words of the Joker, and here we go.
This third set has been an absolute dogfight here as Blossom sends it over. Newsom sets it up for Holthouse, and she's able to get it through the block of Horde and Parker. And Cyclones take the lead once again here. They're up 22-21 in the third set.
You said it. We have a dogfight here. Both teams don't want to give an inch now. This is going to be fun.
Penn State leading 2-0 overall in the sets. Here's Blossom, sets it up Parker, and that time catches the back line. Johnny Parker ties it back up at 22. Parker on that left side, cuts it back into the middle, and it's able to catch that line. Here's Pritchard, back to serve, the Maryland transfer. Received by Popovich. Here's Herrera, a running kill, an unbelievable strike by Herrera. An absolute bullet finds that soft spot. No one's stopping that one.
That is how you redeem yourself right there. Herrera with the crucial mistake earlier, mistiming her jump on the quick set. That time she was making no mistake, and she hit it right down on the other side. That is a great way to redeem yourself there. Absolutely fantastic job.
Heidemann to serve now out of the right corner. Goes cross court. Received by Parker. Here's Horn. And Caitlin Horn once again down the middle. Makes it 23-23 here in the third set. And they're just going back and forth now. Back to serve Jenna Hampton. That was Horde's 7th kill of the night. She's hitting at a 5.38 clip for a middle blocker. That's pretty good. Here's Hampton to serve. Sent over, received by Petrie. Newsom able to tip it back. And it's Kenzie Mance. It's Kenzie Mance that time, hitting it a little hard there. And now Penn State are on match point. But we'll come back. And actually, no, we'll stick it right here. We'll stay right here. Penn State on match. Family atmosphere. We'll get back to some volleyball here. Match point for the Nittany Lions. Cassie Kirshen checking in for Erica Pritchard. Back to serve is Jenna Hampton. She's had a lot of success tonight.
There's that soft spot again in front of number 11, Petrie for the Cyclones. Hampton's been hitting that spot all night, and she goes there.
Holthouse with the receive. Here's Herrera running. Nice dig by Parker. Blossom up to Rollins, off the hands, out of play! And that will do it for tonight. Penn State with a 3-set sweep over the Cyclones. They take the third set